Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of String of Pearls. This week we travel back to St. Simons from Valona, where we'll get started doing more repairs dockside. We really appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for watching. Sunday morning, that front came through. It is cold and windy, but not as windy as it was last night. It snowed overnight in a lot of places in Georgia and all that kind of stuff. We got some passing flurries, but it was 23 last night. Headed to the boat now. I'm going to meet James and Paul up there. They're going to finish that one little area they didn't get to. And we're going to check the batteries to make sure that the batteries are charged. It'd be not awesome if we got in the water and then the engines wouldn't start because the batteries were dead. So anyway, we're going to get up there and they'll finish that little bit of woodwork inside. We'll check the temperature of the engines and make sure those batteries are charging. I'll give you an update when I get there. This morning, guys, we're up here. Boy, it's freezing. It's maybe 34 and it is windy and cold. Paul and James are figuring out these last measurements on the inside. It got so windy last night they laid all the chairs and everything over so everything wouldn't blow in the water. I'm all stuffed up. The air is so dry now and so windy. James is going to check on the voltage and the temperature in a minute. Hopefully everything survived. This big building is a clam operation, and last night they had water pipes break because it got so cold, and that's not great. I just talked to him about that. He's over there. He's got the water cut off at the well so they can get that fixed. But we're up here trying to just get this last little bit finished, getting ready for tomorrow, but it is freezing cold. Back in a second. So the report,
yeah,
James checked on the voltage on the 12-volt batteries and the engine room. What did you find?
Yeah, we got about 3.5 volts, and then in the engine room, we're staying pretty warm. I haven't gotten an exact temperature on it, but we're keeping it pretty warm, and it's been pretty cold out here. It's
so cold. He said he opened up the door though, and it was plenty warm in there, and then they moved one of the heaters back to where y'all are working.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, it'd be something if we got back in the water and then there was no, the engines wouldn't turn over. So I'm glad that we got that done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, and this morning you guys are finishing up on laminating that wood back in the cross members, and then that'll be it. We'll be ready to go.
Yeah, should be ready to go.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, James.
Absolutely.
Coming up on the marsh grass line, pelicans riding that old wind fine. I know these tides like I know my name. They pull me back even when I'm ashamed, because the bills stack up like thunderheads, and I count my words before I count my bread. But the water don't judge, it just keeps rolling in like it's saying, boy, begin again. I've been rich in sunsets, pouring cash, trying to build a life that doesn't crack. And I don't know what next month brings, but I know what the river sings. I got salt in my blood and sand in my soul. This ghost is a church, these ways make me whole. But I'm tired of praying over overdue notes. I'm scared I'll have to leave what I love the most. If I lose this boat, if I lose this dream, will I still belong to the shoreline breeze, Lord? Hold me steady when the lights get low. I got salt in my blood and I ain't ready to let go.
Well, they got that cut made, electricity and saws. That stuff kind of wigs me out a little bit sometimes. But they got that cut made and they'll get that wood in. Still unsure of my plan moving forward. But we will talk to Matt about that tomorrow and see when he wants to put us back in the water. The batteries are charged at least, and I don't think it got below freezing in the engine room, so that's good. But man, is it cold today. And I think it's going to warm up this week anyway. Hopefully the next video will be us getting ready to go back down. I'll be looking forward to that. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. It's early on Tuesday. A little bit warmer this morning finally. I say that, you know. Cold, historically speaking, 38 degrees. But warmer than it's been the last 2 nights, or 3 nights. It's been down in the teens, so it's warmer. Today's a big day. We are headed to Valona. Hopefully for the last time. Well, it won't be the last time. I've got to go. I'm gonna have to leave my truck up there and get a ride back up to pick that up, but that's neither here nor there. But headed to go launch String of Pearls, hopefully. Here's what, you know, our checklist entails. You know, we've had to take apart all of our through holes and clean them out and all that stuff. So when we go back in the water, those need to not leak. Ideally, when we refloat the boat, it's going to keep the water on the outside and not on the inside. So we have to check those really carefully to make sure there's no leaks from all the through holes. The engines have to start. Hopefully the battery chargers have kept the batteries charged. So the batteries need to start, or need to turn the engines over. The engines need to start. The engines need to not have frozen in the really cold weather. Yeah, and that's it. And then I think we'll navigate successfully back down to the marina. We'll be coming in on an incoming tide. I don't think they've fixed the piling yet. So when we dock, since we have to dock with an outgoing tide, did I say all that right? An outgoing tide's going to be falling as we come home. And since we'll be docking with that, that's historically a lot harder for us to deal with. So I hope we don't run into the boat that's next to us, because I don't think they fixed the piling yet. Well, assuming all that goes okay, we'll be back in St. Simons this afternoon and can really, you know, evaluate all the stuff that we've got to do and come up with a checklist and get started on the second part of our repairs. We've got a charter coming up in 3 weeks, so we've got to be ready for that, because I don't want to cancel that. And what we need to do, I guess, is show some progress so people will start booking, because we need some bookings. We need revenue. This is all super expensive. And what we have to do to keep it going is we have to have dollars coming in, because I can promise you we've got dollars going out. Okay, I'm about to pick up Captain Clint at Morningstar Marina, and then we'll head up the hill to Valona. All police stuff up here, except for a few things. I gotta throw that piece of cardboard away. We're getting ready to load up here. They're doing some final checks inside, make sure that our seacocks are open and that we're, you know, not gonna turn on the engines and not have any water. That would be bad. It looks like our batteries are charged, so that's good. Here's kind of the way we're going back down the hill, looking like Ned and the First Reader. Looked like the Partridge Family bus or something, but that weather just got us for sure. And we get these boards, we've got to pull these boards back out. It'll be easier actually working, well, not easier. It'll, we'll have better access to it than standing on the stage, but it's easier working on things here. Water's still barely creeping in. See it moving there ever so slowly. That's pretty cool to watch, isn't it? I kind of sit here and watch that all day. I wouldn't be able to watch it all day because it's only going to do it for a few more minutes. And then we'll start heading out. Matt's got a great crew up here. Look, there they are. There's April. There's Jake. Matt's over there doing something. I've got all my crap loaded up and set on the trailer over there. I got to climb that ladder one more time. I told y'all I wasn't going to climb it but one more time, and I've been true to that. Hopefully I don't tip the boat over when I get on. All right, well, they're finishing up, and then we'll get started in just a minute. See y'all on board. I'm gonna climb this ladder. Hopefully the next thing that y'all see is not a rapid, unplanned descent. Oh my God, I hate ladders. It's my first examination of these planks.
Smile like a lantern, but I'm tired of being brave. You say the night is just a hallway, and love's a door at the end. Walking in circles, tell me, are you my friend? If I
What's the idea here? Step off to the right?
the ache in me, promise you won't make it small. I don't need saving, I just need somewhere soft to fall. Hold me like a harbor, steady when the water's wild. Say my name like a prayer, slow like you mean it, like a child. I'm not asking for forever, I'm just asking for
All
tonight.
right, let me get up here.
Hold me like a harbor and I'll come home to
Haven't been up here in a minute. All right, let's just get these metal things back up changed. Okay, I made it back up. See, it's a long way up in the air. Here.
I've kissed the wrong kind of thunder. I've danced with trouble in heels I wore on. Fine like a uniform on my whole
Here we
inside
go.
broke seals. But you got that Sunday morning with a Friday night grin.
Showing 13 volts on the, here's some of the stuff that I look at right here. Look, see, there's the gauge is showing 13 volts and 32 volts on my 32 volt system, but I don't really need 32 volt for this trip except my bilge pumps.
That breaker in the engine room, the one that keeps getting hit whenever people go behind the starboard engine.
I guess he's got a break down there.
Which one is that?
That's for the 32 volt charger. We want to plug back in shore power.
Okay, so we don't need it on right now.
Nope. Also, the house water is also off. All right, here we go. Ugh. So you can probably go ahead and look in the lazarette. This is a little nerve-wracking. Let me know when you want me to try those engines. You want me to go ahead with the engines? All right, that's the port. I'm gonna let and see if it sucks water. Clint, is it sucking water? We got water flowing?
Yeah, it's coming out of the damn thing, not the seacock.
The shaft?
I haven't moved it.
Let's get
at all.
Where's our big hammer at for the shaft seal?
I can get you a hammer though.
the 2-pound sledge.
That'll work.
Nobody would have.
He just said he's got it to a drip now. And that's just the shaft seal. All the seacocks are tight.
Sucking water.
You can back up down there and put your stern at the bars over there and drop off real quick.
Okay. All right, are you ready for me to go ahead and do that, pull myself off? Or you
No, I'll let you right down there float.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Just tell you to go and put it in the bird.
I can go almost all the way over to the bar.
Yeah, you can
Damn near put your stern in that grass over there. You'll be fine.
Yeah. You got plenty of water, just don't get way over the side of the creek. Got plenty of water. All right.
Okay, everything, both engines are going, that's good. I'm gonna wait and turn the engine alarms on in just a minute. We had just one, we didn't get to replace our shaft seal, so we've got just one little drip from the shaft seal, but that's no problem. And everything's out of place. We don't know where our normal tool is to fix that, the sledge. I guess anytime you're doing something weird like this, it's just nerve-wracking. And I want to put you guys down. It's just pretty nerve-wracking. All right, we are back floating. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. We'll probably hang here just a second just to double check all of our through hulls, and then we'll be gone.
We got a leak in an intake hose.
Which one?
Port side.
For the main?
Yeah.
How much is it leaking?
We can make it back if the bilge pumps work.
Those ones, right?
Well, that leak is not gonna stop us from getting back if the bilge pumps work.
Well, neither is going to stop us from getting back.
Well, there's still, I see running water.
Where?
And I'm trying to figure, it's in the engine room. I'm trying to figure out if that's what it's from or not.
Do I need to turn the engine? Well, I don't want to turn the engines off now that I'm started.
I'll turn them off.
Well, do I need to just hang a minute?
Just hang a minute.
I'm going to hang a minute.
Just go slow. He's not putting somebody back on in the next hour, is he?
I have no, he can't put us in on a falling tide, so I don't know what we would do, but just try to take video and let me know what's going on.
Okay. I don't have a light, by the way, on my light set except for my phone light, just so you know.
Okay. Here, where is everything? I thought I had a flashlight right here, but I don't.
I found one. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I got one.
We got to get everything put back in order on this boat. It's still down there doing some checks, but I'm kind of deciding to get underway. We've got 35 miles to go. All the pressures look good, temperatures look good. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing. We haven't had any bilge pumps go off yet, so I'm okay. The alternator is charging on both engines, so that's okay. Everything sounds like it's doing okay. I'm just not sure what he's down there checking on. Okay. I think we're all right. Okay, he's come back up. I don't think he's got anything horrible to report. It doesn't sound like. He's just double checking all the seacocks. We had all those seacocks apart. I think that on our intake hose on the main engine, on the one of the main engines, there may be a leak. You like to try to get all this stuff done while you're out of the water, but as you all know from watching us, that's just not been possible. It does feel great to be underway again. That part's good. All right, Clint, what is your report?
Got work to do.
Well, tell me what's happening.
A lot of leaks.
Where?
Mostly in spots where the valves are. Got a few tiny little drips that I suspect are due to the cold. Once it warms up, those leaks may fix themselves.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple of ones that need tending to. One in the exhaust hose, or the intake hose for the exhaust. And then of course that shaft seal.
Yeah, we know about the shaft seal. And then is it much dripping coming from that intake hose?
I got the video of it. It's not a drip, it's a pretty good flow. Maybe we can get this on the camera.
I'm gonna send you down there with this GoPro and film it all.
So hang on. If we can get that. Can you see it?
Yeah. And that's coming out of the ground there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that'll be okay. So unfortunately, we'll pump all that out. Okay.
Good news is the everything forward of the engine room is bone dry so far. Lazarette looks good.
But we had one captain that couldn't see real well, and the other captain couldn't hear. And so literally, like the first trip that I took, I sat right back there on the bench, and I listened to those two guys. It was pretty funny in hindsight, but I don't know, I guess it was pretty funny then too. But one guy would say, "What's that?" And the other guy would say, "Huh?" And they did that for hours. And I feel a little bit like that now because I've got some clogged up ear. I can't hear anything. And so the radio just said something. I didn't know if the guy was talking to me or not. I'm like, "Huh?" So I feel a little bit like those people back in the early days of String of Pearls, or at least in my involvement with it. Had them surfing in the wake from that here, so that way. Here is an update. We've been going, well, it's 10:47. I guess we've been going about an hour. There are dolphins everywhere. Like that's a dolphin ripple right there. There's another one. Let's see if they come up. We've never seen so many dolphins while we're out. Well, I guess we have. But there are a lot of dolphins out today. I'll see if I can capture some more. But we've had to go check on several things that are weird. And we're flying, by the way, too. Having a fresh bottom is great for us. Like, I'm going 14.4 miles an hour, and we're going now. The current and I are going the same way, but that's pretty fast for us. Anyway, you know, we love to have videos and everything of all the fun times, everybody coming on here and having a great time and all that kind of stuff. But guys, this is hard. Like, we've had to go check on several things just to make sure that we're okay. You know, we've been out of the water for a month. It's not quite a month, but almost a month. And it's just, this is all really, really, really hard. I have to quit saying really in my videos. I counted a bunch the other day. But anyway, this work we're doing is, it's very difficult, and it's very mind-bending, because, you know, if we screw up somehow, the boat sinks. But we think it's worth it, and we love it when it's the good times and it's all fun and we're having a great time on here. But let's just not forget these times. For example, the radar is all screwed up now. So the radar was fine when I came up here. In fact, if you'll remember, on the way up it was foggy and dark, and we had to use the radar a good bit. And now that we've got going, it's like looking the other way. It's not looking the right way. So my radar is not synced up with my navigation chart. So I just had to turn it off and not use it. So I don't know. I'll fix it. I'm not worried about it. Garmin's good. I know I'm due an update from Garmin anyway, so I'll do that at some point. But, you know, just remember, those of you that watch these videos then may come on board String of Pearls one day, and it'll be nice and fun and flawless, but it's not simple, not in the least little bit. There's one right there. We've made it down to Morningstar. Here's our approach to Morningstar. Good to see it. Everything looks the same. I haven't been here in a month. Been a month since we left, so it's nice to come back. So we'll get the boat all docked and ready to go, and I'll talk to you when we get on the dock. headed back up the dock. Right now, I'm gonna go pick up the truck. So we're definitely glad to be back. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.